Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I have a lot of people, or we have a lot of people who are joining this presentation from different parts of the world. That is why we are going to be greeting the morning, the afternoon, and the evening. I want to specially welcome Cells. I hope I got that correctly. Cells or Shells. I want to welcome Ogbonnaya, Chemela, Obonna, good luck Chemela, and every other person who is joining us for the first time today. Thank you so very much for coming on board. Now, we have a topic for today, and the topic is regenerative therapy, a solution and breakthrough. Regenerative therapy, a solution and breakthrough. It's going to be like a storytelling section today because we want to know what regenerative therapy is and what it means. And at the end of today's presentation, we are going to showcase a regenerative therapy that has been helping a lot of people in the world today. Chemela, your hand is up. I hope all is well.
Yes, I want to.
Okay, you have a question?
No.
Okay, because your hand is up. Please, we have co-hosts in the house. I want to join us to please help us with decorum in the house. Please, if you are not the one talking, kindly help us to mute your device. Just like I said, it's going to be more like an interactive section this evening. We are going to discuss what regenerative therapy is, and we are going to see the breakthrough and the solution that regenerative therapy has offered in the world. Now, a lot of people will say, what is regenerative therapy? What does it mean? It is simply a multidisciplinary way of solving health issue, or let's say it's a therapeutic application of stem cells. If you go online to check what a regenerative therapy is, most often you will find regenerative therapy to be a therapeutic application of stem cells, as in it is really largely showcased there. That is the therapeutic application of stem cells or progenitor cells based on their potential to stimulate and repair mechanism and restore functions in damaged body tissue or organ. Regenerative therapy clearly states things about stem cells, progenitor cells, how they help to stimulate and repair or stimulate repair mechanisms and restore functions to damaged body, tissues, and organ. But does regenerative therapy only repair damaged cells? Is that the only thing they do? No, they don't only repair damaged cells. They also boost dormant cells. They help to awaken dormant cells. They also protect healthy cells. That is what a regenerative therapy does. It protects healthy cells. Now, if you have healthy cells, you'll be asking yourself, why will I want to do a regenerative therapy? I will enjoin you to do a regenerative therapy or take part in regenerative therapy because it will help you. Since you have healthy cells, it's going to help you to protect that cell, to safeguard your cells. That is what it will do for you. So in case you'll be like, oh, I've heard about stem cells. A lot of people have been talking about stem cells. Well, I don't think it's for me. It's for people who have diabetes, it's for stroke. Yes, fine, it is for them because it takes care of nephrological cases. For people who have kidney malfunctioning, people on dialysis, it is wonderful. But how about you who do not have any of that? Do you want to end up having them? No. I'm sure your answer is no. So for you to protect that healthy cells that you have, maybe there are some cells that are dormant. For you to reawaken them, you need the regenerative therapy. Now, how does it work? How does regenerative therapy work? Because the stem cell is what we know as a regenerative therapy, we know that they promote and repair diseased, dysfunctional, injured tissues. They take care of diseased, dysfunctional, injured tissue. That is what the stem cell does. It's good. Some people will be like, okay, how can you tell me that just one stem cell, one thing that you know or you are propagating can take care of everything? I always talk about the conception story. I always talk about the conception story. Now, the conception story shows us how everything started in the first place. Now, since the conception stories shows how it started, it meant that it is only that same thing that started it, that progenitor, that can go back there and fix everything in totality. Okay, is regenerative therapy safe? I hope someone is noting down all these questions. Is regenerative therapy, is it safe? Yes, very, 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 very safe. Especially the regenerative therapy, the aspect of the regenerative therapy or the stem cell that we have been showcasing to a lot of people. It is 100% safe. Regenerative therapy, the one we have that I'm going to be showing us in a very short time, does not distort DNA because a lot of people are scared. Oh, I've heard about the stem cell as a regenerative therapy, but I am usually scared because I find out it can distort the DNA. I want to assure you that the regenerative therapy is safe, very, very safe. Now, how did the world come to accept regenerative therapy? What happened? What made a lot of people embrace regenerative therapy? One, they found out over the years that fine, we have been known to taking medications when someone is sick, they either pump in steroids or they give some concoctions or they give some antibiotics and all. But do you know one thing? It is also been discovered that most often when these things are being administered, there is a call or an awareness that whatever it is you are being given, you should check properly, it has a side effect. Many a times, when you're reading about a medication or you have been placed on the medication, if you pick up the leaflet and you check, most often you find out that there is something you have to watch out for as you are taking this medication. And a lot of people are not comfortable anymore, because imagine you went to seek solution for, let's say, diabetes or a blood pressure that is climbing high, and you got a medication that introduces cough to you, chokiness. And you are meant to understand that you feel is a side effect to the medication you are on. People are actually getting tired of it. That is why regenerative therapy was firmly embraced by a lot of people. Does regenerative therapy, can it be boasted of? Does it have an insurance cover? The one we propagate as, and you are even insured to the tune of $1 million if you clinically can prove that what you used gave you a side effect or it was detrimental to your health. Yes, we have an MSRG insurance to the tune of $1 million for anybody who duly got this stem cell regenerative therapy from the stable of our company. There is also a question that usually comes to mind. How long does it take regenerative therapy to work? How long? Today, I just chose to do some questions that pops up. I'm sure a lot of us will be like, oh, Alex did not follow the norm today. She's just talking about, yeah, there are some things we need to clear. How long does it take the regenerative therapy or the stem cells to work? Because the stem cell therapy works with the body metabolism, and someone was making a compilation, and the person said, we have over how many billions of humans in the world. Funny enough, no two person has the same fingerprint. No two person. You are uniquely made. So your fingerprint is unique to you, only you. So this is telling us that our body metabolism differ from one person to the other. The way we receive the regenerative therapy differ from one person to the other. So how long does it take for anyone who starts a regenerative therapy to really see maybe a very good result? It takes like from 5 weeks to 7 weeks to 10 weeks to 12 weeks to 20 weeks to 90 weeks, depending on the person's metabolism. Our body heals differently. So, does the regenerative therapy work? Will you get a chance to get your desired goal? Yes. But just because your body cannot be compared with another person, you take your time. When you start the regenerative therapy, go with the flow according to your body dictates, and definitely you will get your desired response or result. Now, some people will ask, is regenerative medicine expensive? Is it expensive? Wow. When we talk about stem cell as a regenerative medicine, we are talking about a stem cell that encompasses, that goes through, a stem cell that is undifferentiated, a stem cell that cuts across, a stem cell that is not restricted to only a particular thing. So when the issue of cost comes in, I, for one, will tell someone, now let's take a look at this. If you go for a comprehensive check or analysis, you are billed on each. If you are checking to scan for the brain, you are billed for it. If you are going to have the pelvic and everything checked, you are billed for it. Everything is built and they will now put it together. If you are to see your doctors separately, you are going to be billed for each of those visits. You are seeing a dentist, you are billed for that. You are seeing an orthopedic doctor, you are billed for that. You are seeing an optician, you are billed for that. By the time you collect all those billings, is your medical bill really, really cheap? I know a lot of people will be putting one and one together to get the accurate answer. Now, let's take a look at having a stem cell or a regenerative therapy that cuts across, because it goes to the tissue, the organ, the system, everywhere. It fixes everything in totality. Now, when the case of cost comes in, I, for one, say stem cell is one of the cheapest therapy or one of the cheapest medicine the world is faced with today. A lot of people, the next question is, are people really getting aware of stem cells? Is stem cell new to the world? Are people really into what the stem cells are? Wow, stem cells has come to the limelight, and a lot of people are getting aware every blessed day of what the stem cells are. Just like you are here today, so many persons were here maybe yesterday, today, maybe there's another presentation tomorrow, the day after. On a daily basis, people are now becoming aware of the stem cell. What actually blew the trend of the stem cell so loudly was when COVID came. The stem cells have been going on round the world, but humans became aware that they needed to do more for themselves. They needed to do more in regeneration of their cells. They needed to do more in building a very strong immune system. Because of this, they were looking for an easy, safe, cost-effective way of getting this, and everything put together gave them the answer: stem cell. Now, stem cell is helping to solve the cases that is in the world. When you talk about money, but let's come to the fact anyway. When you talk about money, expensive, someone will say, is relative, because the stem cell could go as high as $100,000. Somebody will say, did she say it was cheap? The stem cell could go for $100,000 for a surgery. The stem cell could also, a needle of an insemination can also go for $1,000. A stem cell therapy that cuts across everything, an undifferentiated cell, can go for as much as $57,000, like the last time I checked. Now, but do you know, because the whole world is getting aware of what a stem cell is, Market Watch also gave a projection that by 2024, the stem cell market will rise to a whooping $467 billion, because every day a lot of people are now getting aware. They now know that this stem cell is a way to go. This stem cell is what can help human in totality to solve the health matter. Does stem cells have disadvantage? This is one of the questions that comes. Does stem cell have disadvantage? There has been reported cases of where stem cells, the live cell distorts people's DNA, but at the end of the day, it will still go back to solve whatever the case is. What also is a disadvantage for those who wish to get the live cells, there may be the issue of getting a matching cell donor. It is not like blood that you can walk into the blood bank and screen a blood and get it. You know that it is a stem cell that formed the blood and everything in totality. So for you to get a stem cell matcher or a cell matcher that can donate to you, most times it also proves a little difficult. Then there is this freezing of stem cells. Most of those freezing of stem cells are mainly human remains, like we have the cord blood. Many of us don't know that cord blood is stem cell. So what is cord blood? Cord blood is when a child is birthed. When a child is birthed and they are going to sever the umbilical cord to get the placenta out of the mother. That cord, the midwife is known to take some of the blood to the baby, then before they snip it off. Now, that blood inside that cord is not just blood. It is a stem cell. It can be taken and frozen. And once it is frozen, it can be used for that child in future. It can also be used for, I think one of the parents can also use the frozen stem cell. But one of the disadvantages of that one is, anytime it became, is it the frosted now? I'm trying to watch my language. Anytime it is taken out of being frozen, that is the end of it. Once it is used for one person, another person may not have access to use, except if it was frozen in multiple sections where one can be used and the others. Another disadvantage is the live cell is controversial because some world bodies do not feel okay. They do not really feel okay about getting stem cell or human remains from others to use for themselves. Some religious bodies are against that. Then another one is the disadvantages of the embryonic stem cells, where some people believe that the fetus was actually aborted. We don't know how true many of those claims are. So because some people are of the school of thought that that is very wrong, and you don't kill one person just to save another person, so they will not want to touch anything that had to do with that kind of therapy. But today in the world, there is the plant stem cell that is moving the world and going like a fire, that is going so fast, moving so fast. Now, that is where I will want to quickly share my slide. If we can quickly take a look at this. Please, if you can see my screen, let me know.
Yes, it's up now.
Thank you so very much, sir.
According to the World Health, yes, ma'am.
So the World Health Organization was helping people to really know what their state of health should be, or when they say they are healthy, what it should be. We decided to go through the stem cell today. We decided to go through knowing what stem cells are, and then coming to the plant-based stem cell. WHO has stated that being in good health means when you have both the mental, the social, and not just being out of disease. That when you are in good health, it should encompass your social well-being and your physical with the mental well-being. Because of this, we were speaking about stem cells, stem cells, stem cells. From this cartoon, we see that we are not made of drugs, just like I explained at the beginning. We are not made of drugs, we are made of cells. Everybody was created from the cell, from the stem cells, which makes us remember that when we say the conception story, or when we are asked, what is the basic unit of life? And we chorously say the stem cells. So we are all made from stem cells. We are not made from drugs. So this is telling us what stem cells are. Stem cells are called mother cells. And for somebody to be called a mother, that means you have birthed, yes, you have given birth to. So stem cells have given birth to plentiful of cells. They have regenerated cells, they have transformed, they have reproduced, they have replicated themselves in multiple ways. So stem cells have ability, they've got the power to change into any kind of cell. So it is their job. They are always at alert. Whenever there is anything, there's a dormant cell, there is a sick cell, they are your stand guard in your body. They go there and they look for what the problem is. Not only looking for what the problem is, they also give solution to that problem. So the level of organization, what the stem cell does for us is that it comes from the cell to the tissue, to the organ, to the system for you to have a full human being. So that is what the stem cells are. Now, somebody will say, oh, they've been talking about the stem cell. What can it really do? The stem cell can take care of over 200 health issues, over 200. Because it is the stem cell that started the whole thing in the first place. So over 200, it can take care of over 200. So don't doubt when someone says this is going to take care of all this. Yes, it can, it will. Now the stem cell can take care of stroke. It will take care of blindness. It will take care of baldness. It will take care of deafness. It will take care of Parkinson, Alzheimer, stroke, azoospermia, fibroids, hormonal imbalance, everything that is not or is not where it should be. The stem cell possess the ability to take care of all of them. Now, the fact about stem cell is we are all made from stem cell. Everybody has stem cell. Not one person is without a stem cell. Everybody uses stem cells every day. Stem cell dies. They also diminish with age and lifestyle. So because of that, because our environment also affects the stem cells, we need to deliberately nourish them. You know, when I was talking, I said we don't have to be sick for the fact that you are very healthy and you want the stem cell to help you safeguard all those your healthy cells. You need to be deliberate about it. You get an umbrella not because it is raining. You get the umbrella so that when the rain starts to fall, it will not beat you. Yes. So the stem cell is your stand guard cell to help you to take care of anything that may be coming your way. Now, we spoke a little about embryonic cells. We spoke about those frozen cells. Now, I was introducing us to the plant-based stem cell. That was why I said there are these stem cells that you don't have to be scared of human remains. You don't have to be worrying of looking for the cell matcher for you to get your stem cell. You don't have to worry about traveling out of your jurisdiction to get laid on a table for a surgery. No, you don't have to start counting $100,000, just like I stated earlier. This is introducing an apple stem cell. Now, one very funny thing about this, when I talk about apple stem cell, people will say, apple, common apple, something I buy on the streets. No, this is not just the apple we buy on the streets. The apple we buy on the street most often, when you bite into it in less than 5 minutes, oxidation will take place. In a little after like 20, 30 minutes, you see tiny specks of ants have gathered or flies have gathered, and they make the apple no more pleasant even to the sight, let alone thinking about continuing to eat such apple. But with this kind of apple, though the apple was sour, it was not a sweet tasting apple, it was a sour apple, and it was actually going into extinction before somebody discovered it. Yes, this apple can stay fresh. When you cut it open or you bite into it, it can stay fresh for as long as you can imagine. If it's harvested, it has a very long shelf life. And this apple has the power to heal itself, to heal whenever there is any wound, it will cover itself up. So because of this amazing traits, a company in Zurich, Switzerland called Mibel Biochemistry discovered a way to get the stem cell of this apple. They found a way to multiply the stem cell of this apple that when it is being taken by humans, it will speed up regeneration of the stem cell up to 80%. And the technology that was used to do the multiplication of the stem cell is called the liposomal phytocell technology. Now, Mibel Biochemistry did not do this alone by themselves. They got into their the business with them, a company in Malaysia called Phytoscience. Now, Phytoscience is 10 years old in Malaysia, and they signed an agreement. There's this MOU between Phytoscience and Mibel Biochemistry, where the sole distributorship or the patent right was given to Phytoscience. Now, if you're talking about the plant stem cell, which is the double and the triple stem cell, it is solely given to Phytoscience by Mibel Biochemistry. Now, these are 100% plant-based. So Mibel Biochemistry did not only use the apple stem cell of the Utwilas patluba, they also went ahead to get acai berry, burgundy grapes, and crystal tomato, and they collected their stem cells. Note this, when you talk about concoctions, you talk about herbs, you talk about, because a lot of people are of the school of the opinion that what we talk about is herbal. No, these are not herbal. They are stem cells because of that singular technology that was used in the extraction. It is not herbal, it is the stem cells. Now, the stem cell will help to take care of over 200 health issues, just like I stated. But what are the benefits? It will help with cellular rejuvenation, taking care of you to the cellular base, not just romancing your body and making you lose all the symptoms of what you feel you have. No, this is going to go down cellular base and take care of everything that is not right. It has anti-inflammation property. It protects against the UV. It speeds up wound healing, and it is an anti-aging. How do you consume this? Just like I stated, you don't have to be on any operating table. You don't have to, it's not a skyrocketing or rocket science thing. All you need to do is open your mouth, take a sachet of either the crystal cell or the double stem cell, open the sachet and pour the contents underneath your tongue. This should be done first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. When you do that, close your mouth. In less than 5 minutes, the stem cell is going to go through your sublingual glands straight to the brain. Yes, some people will be like, oh, it doesn't go through the stomach. No, this goes from underneath the tongue to the brain and it starts working from there. But once it has permeated, please, you're advised to take as much water as possible. You take about 50 cl water and you continue to take water through the day. We have other products like the Snowfield Forte, the Miracle Intense Essence, the IIQ Plus, Actu Plus, and the H2O Moisturizer. And I want to let the cat out of the bag. For those of us who are interested in weight loss, for those of us who want to reduce the tummy fat, for those of us who want to feel good, for those of us who like, oh, are you sure I can really look good again? Yes, Phytoscience has introduced into the world a latest beautiful weight loss meal replacement products called the New Forts and the New Lights. The New Forts and the new light is going to be gracing our slides very, very soon. The new forte and the new light will help with every weight loss case. The weight loss is a huge market. Why is it a huge market? Because a lot of things are hiding inside obesity. A lot of health issue is hiding inside excess weight. You will hear someone is diabetes, you will hear someone is palpitating, you will hear somebody's blood pressure is of the increase, you will hear so many things. So many things. And most often, when the person visits a doctor, they will first advise, please cut down on your weight. Nobody goes anywhere with an excess baggage. Cut down on your weight. So the new forte and the new light is gracing the market very, very soon. And I want to enjoin us that it's going to be a beautiful one for anyone who wants to stay fit or who wants to lose some pounds. Now let's quickly go back to what we have here. We have the Snowfield Forte, we have the Miracle Intense Essence, Active Plus, H2O Moisturizer, and IIQ Plus. Now the Snowfield Forte is wonderful because it takes care of every stomach problem, every gastrointestinal problem, everything that had to do with the guts. When we were growing up, we were taught that as long as the gut is clean, health challenges is far. So the Snowfield Forte will also help to balance acid-alkaline count. Oh, cancer is of the increase. But do you know someone got a Nobel Prize because he was able to prove that as long as you have high alkalinity in you, cancer cannot thrive in your body? Yes. So the Snowfield Forte is your go-to in boosting your alkaline count to balance the alkaline count. The Snowfield Forte will rebuild hemoglobin and the red blood cells. It is excellent for sickle cell anemia. It will fight infection, and it is also going to help with halitosis. When you talk and somebody cannot breathe, the Snowfield Forte is going to help with that. The Snowfield Forte does not go under the tongue, no. You rather mix the Snowfield Forte in 50 cl water and you consume. You mix the 50 cl water and you consume. You should consume that within 30 minutes. How about the Actio Plus? The Actio Plus has been helping to save a lot of cases like type 1, type 2, and pre-diabetes. The Actio Plus has 18 fruit, 12 vegetables, and 9 spices inside of them. It's also very wonderful for boosting the immune system. It's wonderful for anyone who wants to look young. I think I'm going to bust one Actio Plus for myself. I need to pamper myself from tomorrow. So I'm likely going to be busting one Actio Plus for myself. Now, if you know any man that has been told they have high mortality, the sperm does not swim very well, or there is low sperm count, or there is, what are those words that are associated with men? You can really help that man to gain his pride back by getting the Actio Plus for him, or showing him that he can get the Actio Plus. Now, Actio Plus also goes in water. You mix or you drop 5 or 3 drops in 4 ounces of water to look good, or you can put 10 drops in 4 ounces of water. You can do this 3 times every day, and you'll be very, very good. The IIQ is, will I say, the child of necessity, because the IIQ came to help boost brain power. Due to the COVID-19, a lot of us are stuck in the house, and we only are faced with our screen. We are faced with our screen on a daily basis. Imagine I do this presentation, like I have had how many Zooms in how many days? I think I've had 4 Zooms within the last 24 hours. I've had 4 Zooms within the last 24 hours, and I'm still going to be having, let's say, maybe 3 before the next 24 hours. So we are all exposed to the blue lights. And how do we help our vision? How do we help our brain? We do that by going to find circle with the IIQ, because the IIQ will protect the brain cells, it will prevent memory loss, it will improve the eye function, and so many others. So you can take 1 or 2 pouches every day after your meal. Now, the Miracle Intense Essence and the H2O Moisturizer are topically applied cells. These are your go-to. Gosh, if you use this, you will feel good. You will love yourself. You will pamper yourself. They are just too wonderful. So the Miracle Intense Essence is a spray, and the H2 Moisturizer is a moisturizer like a cream. They help to protect the skin. They clear fine lines and wrinkles. They give moisture to the skin. They give the boost to the skin. You have a firm and tender skin. All these are put together by the Miracle Intense Essence and H2O Moisturizer. Now, when we talk about product being safe, remember when we were just talking about the regenerative therapy, we were asking how safe it is. People ask, those were the commonly asked questions that we treated initially. Is it safe? Is it properly under certification? Is it properly certified? Yes, this is showcasing all the certification you can imagine. There is a LAL certification, there is the 2022, yes, 2022 certificate for USA FDA. There is the NAFDAC approval, and so many other certifications. And when we were talking about insurance cover, we remember when we started today, we asked about if there was an insurance cover, and I explained that we have an insurance cover to the tune of $1 million, and this is it presented here. There's an MSIG insurance, that's Mitsui Sumitomo Insurance Group from Japan. The phytoscience is insured anybody who duly got the product from the company. Not, oh, I bought it online. No. If you get this product with your name duly signed off with the company, you can sue them. Yeah, I will ask for viewers' discretion, because phytoscience don't deal with doctored things. Phytoscience don't embellish. They give you the testimony. So viewers' discretion is hereby advised. This is a diabetic gangrene. This leg was booked for amputation. This person had almost given up hope. But after 2 months of being under therapy, this is the beautiful results that came with the usage of phytoscience stem cell. I also mentioned infertility case. I spoke about azoospermia. I spoke about hormonal imbalance. I spoke about what have you. This is where phytoscience help to take care of infertility matter, where someone who has tried several IVF has a child or children, as the case is. They have twin boys, and that is from what phytoscience stem cell product can do for anyone who is trying to conceive. Now, how do you come on board? Remember, I said those who can lay claim to the insurance cover are those who are duly signed up in the company and get their product directly from the company through the person who is introducing them. Now, we have three packages: the silver, the gold, and the platinum. The silver is, there are two categories of silver. There are two categories of silver. There is the $145.13, which will give you 3 crystal cells. There is the $193.05, which will give you 6 double stem cell or 4 double stem cell, 1 snowfield wort, and 1 crystal cell. Then there is the one of $930.95. This will give you 26 double stem cell and 4 snowfield wort, or it can give you 22 double stem cell, 4 crystal cell, and 4 snowfield wort. Then there is the platinum package, which is $2,301. This will give you 30 double stem cell, 20 crystal cell, 6 snowfield wort, and 2 actual plus. These are the packages of how to get the phytoscience stem cell product. Any product that is not included in any of the packages, you can go ahead and order for them and pick them up. Now, how do you get started? You have picked up the package you want. You submit your detail for registration. You can do that virtually, or it could be physically. The person who has told you about phytoscience will give you a form to fill. Please be sure to fill in everything correctly, because messages will be sent to the information that you have given. So give the accurate information. Now fill all the necessary details as required, please. Then choose the package and make your payment. Follow up to know that you have been signed up. I want to say a very big thank you to Ross for listening this evening to this our presentation. It's been wonderful having you on this platform. I saw there are questions on the chat room. There are questions on the chat room. Good luck from Abbas said, what is that child stem cell used for and its advantage? Okay, I spoke about the cord blood. I spoke about the cord blood, where the cord blood is retrieved when a child is birthed, when the placenta is about to be severed, and it is frozen. It can be used for cancers. It can be used for so many other health issues. There are so many health issues that when they go, they will say, oh, this person need only a stem cell. It is only a stem cell that can take care of this matter. So cases like that, the cord blood is taken out of the bank where it was frozen and used. They know how they pass it. Is most times you see it's like being a blood transfusion or something. Sometimes it looks like that. Sometimes it's just in a very small syringe bottle. Yes, just like a syringe of injection. Sometimes you see it like that, and it is injected into the person that needs it. It depends on the kind of stem cell that is being administered. Stem cell comes in various forms, but the one we are really so passionate about and talking about is the plant-based stem cell. Now, someone asked me today, how can someone be insured? What if he uses the product and they get bad results in case? Now, bad results, when we talk about bad results, we stated something. Is there actually a bad result? Or is it how our body metabolism reacts to the stem cell usage, which our body will conform to as the usage continues? Some people will start the stem cell therapy, and 2 days into it, they have a large headache. Will you call that bad result? No. Most often, what results to large headache when someone starts the stem cell therapy is because the person is not taking in enough fluid. So we always advise that anybody who is starting the phytoscience stem cell should drink a lot of water. Now, in a case where someone is having a huge headache, will you say that is bad results? That is why you want to sue the company? Remember, the word is if you can clinically prove. Now, when you are proving, did you take in enough water? How about when you take in enough water and the headache stop? Let me give you an example. Let me share an example with you. There was a time I give my children, once they wake up in the morning, I give them the double stem cell before we continue anything. So it happened this Sunday. We were to leave for mass to go to church, and I gave the double stem cell to all of them, and we rushed out of the house. We went to church. Then from church, we were the brothers were to have a shoot. They were going for the shoot, and my daughter suddenly started shaking. She was vibrating. Remember, I gave the three of them then, but she was the one that was jerking and shaking, and she was running fever. I didn't even know what happened. I couldn't even remember that it was stem cell because the others were fine. And I was like, what is wrong? Are you okay? What is wrong with you? This, that. And the dad had to leave the place of the shoot to quickly take her to the hospital. And while they were about to leave, I simply asked the question, oh, I remember you took double stem cell in the morning. Did I give you water? She said no. Oh, I thought I gave all of you water. She said it was only her brothers that took water, that she didn't take water. Whoa. I ran in, got a bag, got a water bottle that goes in with that bag, gave it to her, and she took. And I told the dad to just wait. You will not believe this. Within the next 5 minutes, she was okay. This is personal. This is not where somebody told me a story. This was my daughter. And I was like, whoa, it was so magical. And the shaking, the headache, the coldness, the everything, the temperature, everything just went. I was like, are you for real? Is this how this thing? So most often someone say, Alex is always trying out a lot of things. I tried out a lot of things with phytoscience stem cell because it has come to the stage where I can vouch for phytoscience product. Now, remember I said that the Actuplus goes inside water. Shall I tell you what I did one day? One day, I decided to put the Actuplus directly underneath my tongue. Have you tried it before? Please don't try it. I decided to put the Actuplus directly underneath my tongue. I wanted to find out what will happen. How about if I give someone this product and the person goes home and comes back to tell me, Alex, oh, did you say I should put Actuplus under my tongue? I put Actuplus, or the person is telling me, oh, Alex, I put 3 or 10 drops of Actuplus underneath my tongue. I drank water with double stem cell. So I had to use myself to find out, in case someone does this, what will happen? Do you know the all of my lower palate almost got burnt? I had a sore throat, and it was highly concentrated. So how about that? Could I go ahead and sue the company? No, because the terms and conditions are there. The way you use it is there. You don't put this under your tongue. You don't chew or inhale the double stem cell. When you use them wrongly, can you now clinically prove that this gave you this? So everything has the way it had to be administered. The double stem cell goes under the tongue. You don't sniff it. The snowfield fort goes in 50 cl water. You don't pour it under the tongue. The actual plus goes in ounces of water, 4 ounces. You take and you consume. So many of these have the way that they have to go. And if you follow the process judiciously, you're going to get the results that you wish. It's been an interesting time out this evening. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone for joining us. Thank you so very much. I do not take your being here every Tuesday for granted. I hope we've been able to answer all the questions that come in. But I want to ask before we go tonight, I will want to ask if anybody has anything to share with us. We can quickly take one or two before we call it a night. We have just about 7 minutes to call it a wrap today. So if anybody has anything to say, to share with us, we can take just one or two. I hope it will not be very lengthy. In the next 7 minutes, we should be wrapping this up. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful having you here tonight. God bless you. Thank you so much. Good luck from Abba. God bless you.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, everyone. Good evening, Mama Alex.
Good
Thank you so
evening.
very much for always. I joined very late, but I know I'll always learn one thing or the other. So that I came in around almost about 45 minutes gone or so. But as always, I know I'll learn one thing or the other because like the way you have explained what happened to your daughter with the use of, I was telling my husband this morning when he took it that don't forget to take water. Just shortly, he was now telling me that truly he was having headache already. So it happens that if you don't take water, I mean, at all, you will know that something has gone in and needs to start working. That's what I tell them. I take plenty of water. So thank you for that sharing, and God bless you. And
Thank you.
thank you for all you do. We appreciate you greatly.
Thank
God will
you
continue
so
to renew your strength. I want to appreciate all the leaders in the house and maybe our guests. Thank you for coming. God bless. Thank you,
Thank
Ma.
you
Thank you
so
for
very
the
much, Ma. Thank you
opportunity.
so very much. I hope from this viewpoint of mine, nobody will be tempted to go and put actual plus underneath their tongue because it was
Yes,
not a funny experience at all. It
mm,
was not funny at all. So I will
mm.
enjoin us that we don't put the actual plus underneath that tongue. Let us follow the due process, whatever it is,
Yes,
the way it has been stated
mm.
that we do it. Let us do it that way, and I'm sure we're going to get a beautiful response. I can see Professor Adelo here. Professor Adelo, do you have anything for us?
Certainly, Big Boss. What a wonderful presentation, as usual. You
Thank you
are
so
too
much,
much, Big
sir.
Boss. Testimonies, quickly. The first one is cancer. I've been talking about my prostate cancer patient. I told you he's been going to work. Apart from the first month during which he was down before he started taking our products, his co-workers don't even know he has cancer. So I went to see his doctor, and the doctor was shocked. What could have been taken? So he was forced to tell them he's been taking phytoscience stem cell products. And the one said he should go for a certain test. He was telling them that was perfectly okay. But I said, okay, just go and have the test. But from what the doctors saw, they were so shocked they wanted to know what each of the products does. So he called me to ask me what each product does. So I sent a message to him. I'm going to ask him what the doctors had to say about the products. So you can see prostate cancer, let's just say completely gone. The other one is one of our members who signed up. He called me yesterday and said his daughter, 10-year-old, had been wetting her bed for so long. He used to wake her up 3 times each night to ensure that she did not wet the bed. You can see what this can do to a 10-year-old girl. And this is the second case of bed wetting that I've handled. The other one also. Indeed, that one never slept a single night without wetting his bed twice. And just 2 sachets of double stem cell. And that was the end of bed wetting. This time around also, just 2 sachets of double stem cell. The girl, whenever he woke her up, would tell him that she didn't feel pressed. So that's how she went from being woken up 3 times every night to not having to bother to wake up throughout the night. Or maybe the father did not know she had been waking up to go urinate on her own. That is my second testimony. Thank you so much, because.
Please, if your hand is not heavy, help me to give a full screen reaction to Professor Adeloye. Professor Adeloye is one person I always look up to. And if you want to record successes, just take a look at what is happening. Whenever there is a meeting, a presentation, you will find Professor Adeloye there. Can I get a testimony? Have you ever attended a presentation that Professor Adeloye is not? Professor Adeloye attends every presentation. That is when you know someone who is willing to learn, who is willing to give more. You can't drink from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. Professor Adeloye is one professor that I know that is not tired of learning. He keeps learning, and not only learning and putting under the pillow. He learns, and whatever it is he learns, he puts them into practice. So whenever he comes with his truckload of testimonies, I am one person who is, people can be in awe, but when Professor Adeloye comes with his testimony, I think I've gotten a shock absorber now, because I know it's either he's giving you back to back of cancer, he's giving you mind-blowing testimonies. I am not surprised about what he's doing, because I can see Professor Adeloye is everywhere, ready to learn and ready to put into use all what he is learning. Thank you so very much, Professor. Thank you, President. Thank you, good luck. Thank you, Mama Roth, Kem. Thank you, everyone who has come for this presentation tonight. Good luck has asked a question. I'm sure President will help her to solve that question. Everybody who is here tonight, I'll say a very big thank you to you. It's always a pleasure to see all of you every Tuesday. And by Tuesday next week, we will be here again to welcome everybody. Please, the house is a bit scanty tonight. Let us make a fuller house by next week. Thank you, everyone. I really do not take this for granted. Who are we?
We are the trend maker.
Yeah, the trend maker. Thank you so very much, everyone. God bless
Thank
you.
you,
I'm
man.
the trend maker.
God bless
God
you.
bless
Thank
you,
you so
man.
very
God
much.
bless you, man.
Have
God
a
bless you,
wonderfully
man.
blessed. Have a
God bless
President,
you,
wonderfully
man.
blessed
Aja
night.
Sekinat,
God bless you, man.
Professor,
God bless
Professor,
you.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Madam.
Good luck. Bye bye.
Bye.